Bello, bello, bello. How are we? Buongiorno, etc. Morning, Huzzy, AJ, James, Leo. Let's go win a race. Not gonna happen today. Spoiler alert, not gonna happen today. Not at fucking Kota. Macaulay, thank you very much for the 7th month, 3rd in a row. Appreciate it, dude. Hello.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Bomb, bomb. No, bomb, bomb, bomb. Oh. No bomb, bomb, bomb. Christ. That was close. Yeah, all good. Thank you, Macaulay. Appreciate it, dude. I know I forget about the bomb, bomb, bomb every time. I'm the worst. It's not it. I can't remember whether it was sprint or not, Kota. Last season, Kota and Mexico were sprints. Is it a sprint weekend this time around? It is. Alright, lots to do, lots to do, lots to do. Let's just... Actually, I need to update the thing behind me, don't I? Yeah. We need that to say... USA Grand Prix. Red, white and blue for USA for you. Let me shut the door. Window even. Oh, heart rate monitor. Morning, Bromo. How are you, mate? If you mark it as... what sort of injury, Macaulay? You can, by all means, put pictures in, so long as you mark them as... If it's quite graphic, then mark it as... a spoiler so that people have to actually click on it to have the picture pop up, if you know what I mean. And then let people know in the message that you type text-wise that it might be NSFW. Ahoy. Could be graphic to some people, there's no blood involved. Yeah, just by all means, feel free to pop them in, but do just mark it as... I think if you just mark as a spoiler, then it should be fine. What we're doing? Because it should just pop up as a thing where you need to click on it to actually see it. Gives people the choice to not see it if they don't want to. Sleep, thank you for the 28th month in a row as well. Top man. Appreciate that, dude. If I could figure out... It should just be a case of highlighting it and then right-clicking on it. And I think it marks it as a... It doesn't mark it as a hiccup. It marks it as a spoiler. Like that. There you go. AJ's just... like this. At Macaulay. Welcome to the United States. Welcome to the Circuit of the Americas. It's a sprint weekend here. Dry in the main, although a smattering of rain towards the end of the sprint. A sprint that this season we will actually complete, because last year we got the DNF for a failure. One of our rare failures, or rarer failures in Season 1. We had just 3 DNFs last season. This season was an experience, and we turned them off from Belgium onwards, at least race-ending DNFs. And since then, 3 podiums. Not that we were in a podium scoring position in the other DNFs, to be fair, have to make that clear. United States Grand Prix is almost certainly not going to be a podium either. In either the sprint or the race, it is not a strong circuit for me, but fingers crossed we can get ourselves a decent result and some points to keep ticking over. Maybe finish the weekend ahead of Oscar Piastri on the Drivers' Championship side of things. If Fernando can lose some time to Charles, that would be great, so that Charles can regain second in the drivers and so that we can regain second in the constructors. That would be lovely. I'm thinking of taking the harder compound. I think actually now I've advanced the weekend, I can't do that. Alright, I should have probably taken the harder compound set for this Grand Prix weekend, but we shall deal with what we've got, which is the balanced one as ever. I very rarely, if even ever, remember to actually change it to the hard compound set for any given circuit, but fingers crossed we can do something. It's a fun circuit to drive, I'm just not very good at it, unfortunately, which is kind of par for the course for most circuits, really, isn't it? But regardless, let's see what we can do. I was going to say away from home. I'm back in FC mode. See what we can do at the Circuit of the Americas, and fingers crossed we'll get a result that will help Ferrari get second back in the Constructors' Championship at the very least. Drop the video a like if you're enjoying the content, of course. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and you won't miss out on any more. And hopefully it'll go well. Right. Objectives or specialists. Finish in a better position. No. Qualify in 5th. Not going to be able to do either of those. I'll go for finishing a better position than Charles, because we have done that a couple of times, but it is rare. Off we pop. Yeah, true. Technically, it is away from home. Ordering a Greggs for dinner. What should you get?
Welcome to Texas, where that now iconic run up to turn 1 will have us all
on the edge of our seats.
Load. Kota. Blank screen.
We're going to be logging
just to
some
update
extra
it
data
from
during this
SRC.
session. Nothing you need to worry about, but as we have some new parts on the car, we'll just confirm they're performing to spec.
Alright, thanks, Mark. Please do just confirm that they're performing to spec. That would be lovely. Wow, that's a big swing. That might not be very stable. There's a big difference, supposedly, between front and rear downforce. I'm not sure whether that will agree with me or not here. Yeah, all good, thank you, Zach. Hope you well too, mate.
Okay, your goal is to get through as many corner gates as quickly and precisely as possible. Remember to activate your DRS in the DRS zone as well.
It was very responsive at the front and very light at the rear. Not bad actually. I do feel cautious though, but maybe it's just because I don't trust the car yet.
We're approaching the DRS zone. Watch your MFD for the activation point.
There you go. AJ's just put the assist command in chat for you. There. I could quite easily have just over-rotated it. I get the feeling maybe with heavy fuel load it might have done. Hey, there we go. Purple. Oh yeah, bloody can't do the shit. We'll do the race strategy also on the hards, I guess, because we're going to be running the hard tyres in the race, I'm certain, at some point. It is hot. I've no idea why Ashton Gate is a chosen stadium for FC25, to be honest, Andrew. I couldn't even begin to even speculate as to why they chose that ground. There have been some cup finals at Ashton Gate and some internationals. There's been some women's
Okay, we need a few
England
solid
women's
laps here to help
internationals
us
at
calculate a good race strategy.
Ashton Gate, and there have been occasionally the odd conference or FA Trophy final there as well. Guy, thank you very much for the 22nd month, mate. It is very early for you to be up, but you're here, and hopefully with a coffee in hand. It does feel loose at the rear still. Might actually just put less front in rather than more rear, just to try and make it a bit more balanced. Less queensy at the front, and actually maybe prefer a little bit more understeer from this setup right now. Because yes, we are oversteering quite a bit. Currently being rude, good lad. Might just need some more rear, to be fair. I think some more rear is needed. Just to be a little bit more stable. I just can't pick the throttle up in time. Oof. Not surprised that Logan Sargent has been quote-unquote relieved of duties earlier than the end of the season, but surprised that they've gone to Colapinto, to be honest. They'll have his data from the sim, I suppose, and he has been in an FP1 session earlier this year, so they know he can drive the car. They must trust him more than Logan at the moment. If anything, just for less rebuild and damage fees. It's not that Logan's contributing any points, more than one. Yeah, I don't think they'd get Carlos Sainz a bit earlier. Oh, Rebel said no to Liam Lawson, did they? That's fair. Makes sense. I would have thought Liam Lawson would have been the go-to. I'm not sure Nick De Vries is ever going to get any sort of drive. It's a shame it didn't work out for Nick. He's obviously a very talented driver. And that RB was or that Alpha Tauri at the time, was a dog of a car when he was driving it. Nick De Vries did, yeah. Which is what got him the drive at AlphaTauri in the first place. Oh my god. More rear downforce definitely warranted. Jesus Christ. What the fuck is going on? Didn't do this for the first 4 laps. I'm not at the minute, Gemini, no.
Okay, test
Yeah, I wasn't great.
complete, and that was a really good job
Lukaku's
indeed. You
landed
got a
in
lot
Rome,
of
has he?
valuable information out of that. Well done.
Tyre wear is apparently bang on. Right, let me just tweak this a bit. Do fuel management with the softs, and actually no, I'll do it with the hards as a comparison. Thank you for the follow, Ghost. Welcome to the channel, mate. Morning, Saints. I did, yeah. She's got a really good voice, doesn't she?
In this programme, we want you to focus on your fuel-saving technique. Lift and coast through corner entry to save as much as you can whilst keeping under the minimum lap time.
Good. Definitely feels way more stable through there. With extra rear wing. Oh, wall. Try and get purple. Morning, David. Gearbox is failing. It's lost fourth. Charlie, thank you for the follow, mate. Morning, Elite. How are you, lad?
Program complete.
Green. Green will do.
Program complete. These results will do, although you could definitely do better. Consider giving it another shot.
No.
I literally can't give it another shot because the gearbox is failing, so... That will do us for our sole practice session. Not going to get any soft running in whatsoever because the gearbox has lost fourth gear, so we'll take the resource points.
What an incredible practice session.
I'm not going to be anywhere near the top because I only did it on hards and worn hards at that, but 1,400 resource points added to the pot. Well, 400 at least. 1,400 now is the size of the pot. Sprint qualifying coming up. We're going to have to put some fresh parts in though because, well, at least a new gearbox because it completely and utterly lost fourth gear. So I'm going to put some significantly fresher bits in, probably for every session that actually means something outside of practice for the rest of the season, and then hopefully we can maximise our potential results. Probably going to need new control electronics, probably going to need a new energy store at some point between now and the end of the season. Definitely going to need them before that, between now and the end of the season, but at the minute we're alright to head into sprint qualifying with everything as is. Don't believe there's anything I can put on. Oh no, I do have the opportunity. Okay, DRS. DRS in time for Las Vegas would be bloody great, actually, if you can sort that out. Department capacity. Charles shown no interest in redoing that, so I'll do it for him then, shall I? And I don't have the resource points to do anything else. So, there you go. Car is improving it further still, albeit slowly. As the car gets better and better, and our results seem to get better and better, I am wondering whether we should stay at Ferrari, you know.
Love affair with Formula One at the moment, so what a thrill for everyone today to see our drivers lapping COTA at full hot lap speed. It's the circuit of the Americas.
I'd say that's probably about bang on, to be honest, Elite. There or thereabouts. Well, let's go and do a lap, shall we? Take the fuel out. No one's going out for another run? Okay. I'll go out now
Right,
then.
the car's ready. Let's get it out there.
Car's ready. Let's get it out here.
Okay. Morning, Veins. Or Beans. How are we, lad?
And we've been pushed down to P20.
So you're having a few issues with Twitch, are you? That's weird. What sort of issues? The YouTube stream is up if you would have more success watching on YouTube. Some buffering, freezing, audio desync. That's weird. Oh, you're watching on YouTube or talking on Twitch? Big brain plays. Big brain plays. I swear the multi-stream really comes into its own, doesn't it? I apologise if Twitch is working for you. I don't know whether it's a me thing or a Twitch thing. Probably a Twitch thing, but... Right, time to push. No idea what sort of time I'm looking for. Mid 31, I think.
We've dropped to P20.
Yeah, new GPUs are expensive, aren't they? Very expensive. But like you say, if your graphics card is 12 years old, it's definitely going to be a factor, isn't it? I didn't see what my split time was actually for end of sector 1. Oh, sorry, end of sector 2. End of sector 1 we were 2.5 tenths up. Slightly deep into the final turn. A mid 31 would be fine. A 31.8 is probably going to be good enough to get us through to Q2. 9th. That's definitely good enough. SQ2, I suppose, isn't it? Because it's the sprint qualifying. But 9th will do for now. Of course, the two Hasses out there in front. Lovely, lovely. Definitely some time in that lap as well. Didn't have a great first sector. Went wide at the last corner.
I mean,
Definitely
Okay,
going
that's
to
all the
need
checks
a low
complete. We're ready to go.
40. That's low 31 this time. That is certainly a problem to have. At least on 25, you'd have the duplicates pile to be able to put that into. But on 24, it's not of much use. I'm not using automatic gears, Elite. Sorry, I'm not using manual gears, Elite. No, I only use manual gears for F2. I occasionally throw in a manual upshift or downshift like I did just then in the F1, but mainly
Right,
it's
that's us
still
pushed
auto.
down into P15.
I mean, luckily it's like 3 weeks till the new game, so it really genuinely doesn't matter at all. But morning, Alex. I can't remember whether I said hello or not. No, I read it. I can't remember whether I actually responded. Creative Series last week did not go well for me at all, no. We had a terrible week. Wind damage in both races, extra pit stops, no safety car to recover. It was horrid. Driver errors as well. I made a mistake in the feature race. It cost me basically the entirety of my feature race. That do be how it goes sometimes. Hoping for better in Monza on Friday for the season finale. Literally the exact same split for the second sector with P11. We do love a P11, don't we? Well, I don't know whether we love it, but certainly it's our most qualified in position. Can we
We've dropped to P15.
not be P11? I need a... it's not a great final turn. I need a low 31. It's a 31.6. It's a mid 31. It's probably going to be P11, isn't it? Oh! P9, we are through to SQ3. Look at us go, making it through to a third qualifying session again, albeit probably by the skin of my teeth. Did Charles make it through? I presume so. Indeed he did. I'm still 3/10 off him, but we are through. George Russell and Oscar Piastri are out. The Hasses continually very strong. And Fernando Alonso, annoyingly. That son of a gun. Of course you can, Kempy. Absolutely, mate. This is going to be quite literally my first laps at the circuit on a soft compound tyre, so this is probably not going to go very well at all.
All set, we're ready to go, so let's get the car out onto the track.
it goes nothing. Wide at 1 is a good start. Didn't see what the sector time was coming through the first sector. A bit late putting the DRS on there at the moment. Two tenths down on Max in P6 through the second sector. Feel like I've been gaining on the Aston Martin in front through the lap, but he's going to be probably on worn tyres that are doing their second run in this session. So I don't envisage anybody that actually did an earlier run, which is everyone, improving, to be honest. I think it was better than P10, but not by much. Would anybody like 9th position? Because apparently that's where we're locked to today. Normally it's 11th, today it's 9th. Unfortunately, that would not be points in the sprint, because it's only the top 8 that get points in the sprint. We missed out on 8th by 1/100th of a second. Still about 3 to 3.5 tenths slower than my teammate, and the Hasses are gone. 3 milliseconds between Fernando and Carlos Sainz, though. The Haas, or the Aston Martin, is apparently the car to be in. And in chronological order, they are both my most previous raced for teams, aren't they? Haas, season 1 of this save. Aston Martin, the save we did at the end of F1 23. So, again, I appear to be the wrong team. Yeah, it was more the gap to those around me, or the gap to other drivers that I was looking to see. Darwin Nunez pushing to join Arsenal. I had seen that. Not sure whether it's a good idea for Arsenal, really. But time will tell. Yeah, Nunez is not the striking answer Arsenal need, I don't believe.
So it's all about speed in today. Let's run you through
We don't care about
and
the
joining
sprint
me in the
grid, because, well, we know exactly what it looks like. Mediums to the rain, anyone? Okay, good. 2.5 laps worth of extra fuel. We'll go for 2 laps worth of extra fuel and hope that the car lasts. And vamos. What was the... Oh, 5-0 to Stoke. Ugh. How are Middlesbrough losing 5-0 to Stoke unless you put out a really, really weak team?
Sprite is good. Gearbox is responding normally. Make sure to warm up the tyres and brakes.
Oh, there you
Warm
go.
the
Barra
tyres and
heavily
brakes throughout
rotated.
the lap, please.
Stoke scored 5 goals from 5 shots on target, lol. Saw that Everton beat Donny by 3 goals to 0. Palace beat Norwich by 4 goals to 0. Palace bet are a really strong side, though. Yeah, I did hear about that as well. But Crawley, someone at Crawley injuring
No threat of rain for the
O'Reilly.
time being.
Is he out for long? Barrow knocked out Derby. Go on, Barrow lads. Derby are more concerned about staying in the Championship than they are anything else this season. Maxwell Cornet as well on loan for Saints. It wasn't Rolsey that crunched O'Reilly, was it? Did Rolsey play last night for Crawley? Right, tyres are suitably not warmed up at all, which is great. Some tracks it's really quite hard to warm your tyres up over the course of the formation lap.
Okay,
Good starting position though for the sprint. We're on the outside of one, which is actually not a bad position to be because then you're on the inside of two. And people do tend to get caught up on the apex of one. So starting on the right hand side of the grid on an odd numbered position hopefully will be a good thing for us. Hamilton didn't get a great start. I didn't get a great start. Try and get around the outside of Lewis. Maybe we could think about sneaking around the outside of Lando here. To then have the inside. Not quite. Lando's going to force me out. But we've made a position. We're up into the points for the time being in the sprint race. It's a good start. And we just need to keep it going for another 19 laps. Easier as ever said than done. But because our energy store is worn now, as we mentioned on the way into the race weekend, I can only hold a maximum of 95% battery capacity, not 100. Thankfully 95% is still more than enough, especially considering we have quite high regen on under engine braking. We should be competitive enough here, I think, to be challenging for points in both the main race and this sprint race. Last year we had a good old battle with Carlos Sainz until the car died. This year I don't think we're going to get anywhere near Carlos Sainz because he's in those monstrous Haas cars, which we were in last year. It's typical, isn't it? You leave to come to Ferrari and then the car you were in suddenly becomes the one that's the best on the grid.
DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use it when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
Holy!
Now that you're in the wake of the car ahead, try to get past as soon as possible.
That was close. Nearly in a wall. Still got DRS though, thankfully. Just. Come here, Wander. Thank you. Son of a bitch. I didn't react to that quickly enough. That was my old age kicking in because it took me forever to actually register what was going on there. getting a lot of wheel spin in traction zones. Past this middle sector, although I did use a lot of battery down the straight. Everyone's very evenly matched for pace right now in this Sprint Grand Prix. But no, as there's been many changes of position at all since the start. Not seen anyone really make a move on anyone else yet. Bit DRS trainee on lap 3 of 19, about to start lap 4 of 19. Carlos Sainz, though, sets the fastest lap of the sprint race as he crosses the line, out in P1. It's just kind of 2 DRS trains at the minute, and no one else is really able to do anything about it. Might be a pretty actionless sprint race, this, unless something dramatic happens with the rain later. Fuck's sake. They nailed the throttle out of there, but I can never do it. I always just lose the rear, whereas they just stay planted. If I were to use all my battery down that straight, I could probably have a crack at Lando, but then I would then need that battery again to defend, and probably not be able to do so. Tyre wear was exactly as predicted in the practice program, so I don't really have an advantage there on this particular race weekend like we have done at a couple of other tracks recently. We've pulled away from Checo though, and notice the gap behind Lewis is 1.6 seconds, 2.4 for us back to him. So we've got the pace to stick with the front group and beat one of the Red Bulls. But at the minute, unless I drain all of my ERS, I'm not getting any positions here. But maybe I should. Maybe we just throw caution to the wind and try and make a position. Out of DRS, I think. Now, one part of the circuit kills me every time. Now I'm going to have to use all my battery just to stay with, annoyingly. Rather than make the overtake, which is a pain in the arsehole. I was definitely within DRS range through the section point. What's that all about? It never dipped over. It never dipped into over a second on the Delta top left, but it just didn't give me DRS. So I don't get how they're so stable through there. I'm in trouble now. Barrett, thank you for the follow, mate. So as we start lap 7, we've officially been dropped by those in front, are about to get taken by Lewis Hamilton and fall out of the sprint points paying positions. Now, that's only because we're vulnerable with DRS to Lewis that he's been able to get us. We were very comfortable up until that point. And it just goes to show how important DRS is around this circuit to your overall lap time. Now, maybe, because we feel like we're very much comparable to Lewis Hamilton pace-wise, maybe he can drag us back to that group in front. Tsunoda's now in front of Perez behind as Checo continues to underperform in the sister Red Bull. Maybe Lewis can help us gain some time back on the front few, and there might yet be some more points in this for us than perhaps just the one that I'll try and take off Lewis Hamilton at the very death. Other than first to second and third to fourth, no changes in the order in the top points paying positions and minimal changes elsewhere. Yuki's up 3, which is great for him, but no one's really doing anything in this sprint race so far. It's been not very action-filled, unfortunately. Just means that you guys will hopefully have more to enjoy during the main race, because there'll be more strategy involved. Undercuts, overcuts, different tyre compounds. But in this sprint, it is, at least for me driving right now, a bit of a ball fest at the moment. Oh, well there goes the plan of following Lewis Hamilton to the gaggle in front, because now he's retired. Well, we'll definitely get a point, but I'm going to be faster than Yuki Tsunoda, and I'm definitely slower than those in front. In fact, is there multiple cars retiring here?
Okay, gap to the car
I'm not sure.
3.2
Lewis is out though, and that almost certainly then, barring any drama with the rain, is going to be all the action you'll see from this sprint race. Lap 8 of 19 has just begun. Gaps behind will get bigger, gaps in front will get bigger. We'll just wait for the rain. Annoyingly, even though we're now guaranteed a point, we definitely won't get any more. Thanks, Lewis. What are the chances?
Use your overtake button more. It's time to utilise some of this energy. Come on.
I presume that's Zhou and Sargent right at the back. It's Ocon and Albon. Not the way around I would have expected those two to be, comparatively to their teammates.
seconds.
We're in no man's land, chap. Absolute no man's land.
Okay, gap to the car ahead, 3.8 seconds.
We went just 2 laps of extra fuel, didn't we? It recommended 2.5, and we put just 2 in. So far, we're looking good on fuel usage. So that's good information for the race. We can make the car a little bit lighter at the beginning of the Grand Prix.
Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car
Tyre
ahead by.
wear is
4.4 seconds.
So we're about... Well, because as we've just completed 10 laps. Take those numbers back a decimal place, and that's what we're wearing at. So just under 2%, although it's obviously on a third race fuel. So at the beginning of the Grand Prix, we will wear tyres significantly more so. But for an end of race stint on a medium set, we'll go just under 2% a lap on the rears and just over 1.5% on the fronts. So that's good information to factor in for the full Grand Prix as well as the fuel. It's probably going to be a medium soft though. I imagine they'll probably look to do a one-stop BAI. Okay, that was weird, but I'm pretty sure that we'll be forced into a two-stop. It might be a case of staying out for the one-stop because even running on warm tyres, you lose less time comparatively to actually making the extra stop. The tyres are going to wear quite highly here. I think we probably will regret not going for the harder tyre compound option.
We're catching the car ahead, well done, but be aware these tyres need to get us to the end of this
I'm not
race.
though. I just made a horrible mistake on that lap. It's good data filling though. This is like an elongated practice session as it happens now. That front train is very much still just stuck together though, isn't it? Sainz in front can't pull away from anyone. No one's really making any moves on anyone else because they've all got DRS on each other. It's about a half a second gap between each car, and it's status quo. In the full race, we're going to have to make sure that we make minimal mistakes to ensure that we keep DRS on the cars in front, because you can clearly see the difference that DRS makes. We were lapping quite comfortably with Norris and Verstappen and co in front until we made the mistake, fell out of DRS range, and now we've fallen 7 seconds behind over the course of probably about 7 or 8 laps. So we very much need to stay in DRS range of cars around us in the full Grand Prix to ensure that we stand a good chance of a best possible finish. The gaps behind are lowering now as my rear tyres starting to get quite worn, losing traction quite a bit more, and we're not able to be as competitive on pace as we were earlier in the stint either, annoyingly. So Checo is closing. Tsunoda is closed with him because obviously he's being dragged along by the Red Bull. Red Bull evidently a little bit kinder on its tyres than we are right now, which is good news for them and bad news for me. There's still 7 laps to go here, so our current one single World Championship point might actually be under a bit of threat. Not sure what's going to happen with the rain forecast at the end of the race. There's still barely a cloud in the sky, so if the rain does hit before the end of the sprint race, it might not hit hard enough, or quickly enough. That bit gets me every bloody lap. I cannot take that properly without losing traction when they absolutely fly around it with their throttle pinned. That's now Perez within DRS range of me. Sick, mate. That's the sort of mistake that cost me DRS on those in front in the first place. Now it's going to cost me DRS on the other way to those behind me now. As we were saying about the weather, the rain might not come at all, or it might come late enough that we don't need to change tyres at all before the end.